with the objective being to get their heart rate up. Now I have a fun fact for you. A killer whale heart is about the size of a bucket.
I don't know, I got distracted.
So we call this behavior a TNT. So it's asking our whales to work together as a team and to flip their tails right at the surface of the water. Now you would see this behavior out in the ocean to stun their prey. So it's a natural behavior and they would use this to eat. Now you might see Mayland over on the far side of the habitat. She has that target pole we were talking about earlier. It looks like a pizza. Now she's tapping on the surface of the water as a little, okay, time to kick it in. You can see trainers Kyuquot and Cassidy, they're choosing to reinforce the whales with some big handfuls of food. Now when it comes to exercise, research has found out that it takes about 6 to 8 minutes of continuous movement to sustain that energy requirement for our whales. So we'll ask them to keep moving for about 6 to 8 minutes so we can work their heart rate. Now of course there are many other behaviors that we might ask them to get their heart rate up. We might ask them to swim at their top speeds at about 30 miles per hour. We can even ask them to swim underwater and hold their breath. That works just fine as well. That is what the two whales are doing right now. We call this a swim behavior. Exercise sessions are just one of the many things that we do throughout our day, like I said, to keep them engaged and stimulated. So we talked about those husbandry sessions. We have exercise sessions. Now one of my favorites would be focused on relationship building. So everything that we do with the whales depends on our relationship with them. So we spend a lot of time getting to know them, what they find reinforcing, and we use that in our sessions. And it's in those quiet moments that you build that rapport, you build that connection with the animals that is required when you're working with very large, powerful animals such as killer whales. Now you might notice with our two males, let's talk about that dorsal fin on their back. So the dorsal fin for a male killer whale can be about 6 feet tall. We're talking a little bit taller than me. Now there's no bones, there's no skeletal system holding that dorsal fin up. It's just made entirely out of a dense fibrous connective tissue, very similar to what's in your nose and what's in your ears. Now, with the two whales, when you think about it, they do spend quite a bit of time at the surface interacting with their trainers, maybe engaging with a couple of environmental enrichment devices or toys. So gravity can act down on that fin. If that fin starts to lean when they're younger, as they age, it kind of just grows into that lean. Now, of course, we have not seen any negative impact on their swimming abilities. They can still reach those top speeds of 30 miles per hour, and they're still able to lift their entire bodies out of the water. Now, you might see this go around. Kyuquot chose to reinforce Tuar, and Cassidy's choosing to reinforce Kyuquot with some ice balls. So another fun thing the whales seem to enjoy. Now do be careful for just a bit of water in a moment, but I do want you to focus your cameras right over here on our scale. I'll move out of the way. But the largest whale in our pod is going to make his way onto the scale. Here he is. This is Kyuquot.
Oh my word! Oh my god!
Beautiful. So you can get a look at just how large Kyuquot is.
Holy smokes.
So he's weighing in 9,600 pounds. He's about 21 feet long. Just a gorgeous killer whale. Now you might have gotten a look at some of their physical characteristics. On either side of them, they have what we call pectoral flippers. Now those flippers are about the size of a table. And if you were to take an X-ray of those flippers, you would find 5 digits, very much like our human hand, and they use these to steer and to stop. Now all of the propulsion, that comes from the tail flips. And the peduncle that attaches the tail fins to the rest of the body, that's the powerhouse of the killer whale. Also, take a look at that coloration. So, killer whales are black on top, they're white on the bottom. And this is a form of camouflage that we call counter shading. So, if you were a prey item looking down, that dark back actually blends in with the depths of the ocean. And if you were to look up, that light belly blends in with the light coming in from above, and it allows them to sneak up on a tasty prey item out in the ocean. And speaking of prey, killer whales are apex predators, so they're at the top of the food chain. They can eat anything in the ocean. Now here at SeaWorld, they do get fed fish, and we do feed them a variety of fish, ranging from capelin all the way to the salmon we were talking about earlier. Now we're going back to those TNTs. So if you want to look at the center of the habitat, you'll see them displace quite a bit of water. Beautiful.
Scales make it look like
Well, you have to hold it.
It has to be wet before it has to
more than that.
I mean, 10,000. Yeah. I said 1,000, but in my head I was visualizing 10,000.